Hello everybody, my name is Glenn. Let's talk about how to use your exercising training program. So first things first, when you get this program, please scroll down and make sure that the days in your program have exercises there. If we said, hey, you've got a 3-day program, just make sure all 3 of these days have exercises there. The second thing that you're going to do is you're going to scroll across the top and you're going to notice that I've got directions on how to use this template, as well as some examples on how to fill some stuff out, should you need to reference that at any point during your workout. The first thing you're going to do after making sure that everything's filled out and reading the top instructions is you're going to go ahead and fill out your estimated 10 rep max for each of the exercises in your program. If the exercise is some kind of holding exercise or isometric or something for time, don't worry about filling in your 10 rep max. This is only for exercises in which there's going to be a weight machine or dumbbells or other free weights involved. And so what you're going to do is you're going to fill out all these different numbers. And what you're going to find is, once you fill them out, that actually the rest of the program auto-populates numbers for you. So I put estimated 10 rep maxes in here. And what you can see is that day 1, you've got some resistance in here. Day 2, some of those numbers change all the way through 3 to 4 and 5. So this program is actually going to auto-populate the weights that you need to use to progress for yourself and your body. Pretty cool stuff. So once you add in all your 10 rep maxes in there, I want you to turn yourself over to looking at week 1. So if we look at week 1 here, you'll see that the sets and the resistance and the reps are all set up for you already. Sets is obviously how many times you're going to do the exercise. So for example, you can do 30-degree incline press 2 times over. The resistance we've already talked about. Reps. Now this is a unique feature of the template. The reps are decided for you in terms of how many I want you to do. In the case of /3 to failure, that means I want you to stop 3 reps away from failure with good form. So if you're doing your 30-degree incline press with your 35 pounds in each hand, and you end up getting to 15 repetitions, and you know you can get to 18, but after 18, you're not going to be able to do any more, and you're going to reach failure, you're going to stop at 15 repetitions. As you go through the program, that / to failure changes. So week 2, week 3 are both going to be 2 from fail. And for this person, it's /1 from fail in that 4th week. 1 from failure means that you can essentially stop at 17 reps if you could do 18. /2 from failure means stop at 16 if you could do 18, so on and so forth. And even in your last week, if you want to take 1 or 2 sets to absolute failure where you can't do any more, that's probably going to be okay too. Now you might not always have / reps to failure here. You might also have ALAP, which means as long as possible if you're doing a hold. AMRAP is as many reps as possible. Or I might say, hey, stop, we are in this particular range here, so on and so forth. So now that we know what rep stands for, let's take a look at this completed column. Completed is just going to give you a spot and an opportunity to put in how much you did for that set. So for example, if you did 2 sets with those 35 pounds, 3 to failure, and that first you got 15, you would simply write 15, right? Just like that. And on the second set, if you got 14, you put a comma, you put 14. So we know. If this exercise happened to be for something that was timed, let's say we want you to hold as long as possible, and you stopped after 51 seconds of timing yourself, you might just put 51 seconds, so on and so forth. Yeah, just like that. Okay, that's essentially how you're going to be using the completed column here. Just going to essentially put in where you end up stopping at. The rating system is kind of unique. So if you go up here to number 6 and you look at the rating system, you got a rating system for how those muscles feel the day after you use them. So rank of 1 is that you completed all the sets easily and experienced little to no soreness after the session. 0 means you're a little bit sore, but you managed to complete all the sets with only some challenge. And -1 is that you were very sore or the reps were very, very difficult to complete. And based on that number there, it's going to actually change the amount of sets that you do for the next day. So for example, let's say you did your 2 sets of dumbbell presses, 3 to failure, and you got 15 here, and you completed them relatively easy with very little soreness. You might put 1. And what that's going to do is you can see it changes that 3, right, for week number 2. Now keep looking at that 3. if I get rid of that 1 here, or put it to 0, like it was moderately sore, it's going to keep it where it is. Or if it was way too much, even just doing those 2 sets, it's going to take 1 away. So after each day, you're going to make a note in here about how it felt. You can wake up the next day and put it in there, or if you remember how you felt the day afterwards before your next workout, you can fill it out then. Fill it out whenever you feel like it's going to be the most convenient for you without forgetting in terms of the rating system here. And so what's going to end up happening over the course of your cycle is that the sets are going to go up and the resistance will go up. And as long as you're filling in this rating system honestly, you'll always be doing the right amount of sets that you need to for your workout. So that's essentially how you're going to use the sets, resistance, and reps here. The last thing I'm going to show you at the end of your workout here is you have a deload week. By the time you do week number 4, you might be pretty tired. You might be pretty sore when you're done because you're doing lots of sets and lots of weight and training closer to failure. You are actually going to, for 5, 6, 7 days, actually do a deload here, which means you're going to do only a few sets and you're going to return to the resistance that you did for week 1, but you're going to do half the reps. So if you did 15 reps week 1, this day you're probably only going to do 9, or maybe you're going to do 8 reps and for only 2 sets. So it might be 8 and 8. And that's going to be okay because this whole week here, this deload week, is designed to give your body full rest, full recovery, let your tendons heal, let your joints heal, let your muscles fully heal so you can get a little bit of extra muscle mass on your body, get a little stronger, and then start fresh for the cycle that is afterwards. Now, you might also note that you've got some notes here beside each exercise. These notes are just going to give you some insight about how you want you to perform the exercise, or they might be notes on things that we've already talked about as it pertains to that exercise for you. Down here, you will also notice that there is a opportunity to do some cardiovascular exercise during your training session. Maybe I prescribed this for you, maybe I haven't. It depends on your goals. But you'll see for this person here, it's treadmill exercise. There would be notes here if there was anything, like it could be, I don't know, like stop if your ankle hurts, if that's something that you're dealing with, right? And over here, you are going to have how I want you to be doing these exercises every time you're working out. So treadmill for the duration, in this case 20 minutes at level 3.5 on your treadmill. And because there's no work to rest ratio, there's no intervals here, there's no rounds filled out or a work to rest ratio. If this was, for example, something different, like maybe this was, I don't know, like treadmill intervals, and maybe I wanted you to be doing level 8 and then recovering, I might have your work to rest here. I might have you do, let's say, 30 seconds, right? I might write 30 seconds at 8. And then I might have colon 30, let's do 1 minute recovery, 1 minute at 2, right? It might look like that. Like that's your work to rest ratio, 30 seconds at 8, put an S there so people know, and then 1 minute at 2. And maybe I don't want you to do a particular duration, maybe I just want you to do 5 rounds, right? So that's all they're set up for you, right? Just like that. Any notes that you want to put in here, right? Felt hard, ankle sore, stopped, right? Stopped at 15 minutes. Whatever you got to do, you can put that in here for whatever you want, right? Stopped at 15 minutes for treadmill, or this could be something else like dumbbell presses, felt good on shoulder, letting me know that you like that. That works as well. This note section is just for you to make any notes about your exercise session. So if you got stuff here about treadmills or exercises for cardiovascular or anything else, that's all going to be there. Bob's your uncle. And I believe that is about everything for this exercise template. So just again, real quick to summarize. When you get this, make sure that the corresponding days have exercises here. Make sure you read these top columns so you understand what all the different little nuances are and how to use the template. Make sure you fill out your 10 rep max here as well. Use the notes section here to fill out notes about your workout. Read the notes here in column D for stuff that I have to tell you. And other than that, just get after it. Everybody, enjoy your exercise.